on the compositions.
I really like the Esmeralda pickup. I'm leaning towards Falcons for this draft.
Okay, Falcons. Going with Falcons. You are the Falcons guy. And Kaka, TLPH though. I would love to see them get to the point where they even out the series here. We wouldn't want to have it any other way. You can already take one glimpse of the compositions, and Champions Arena will be thrown over to the caster desk to take us into Game 2.
Falcons looking the cleanest they have ever been all season long. And what perfect time to do that here in the Champions Arena for their clash of the Titans against their fated rivals in Team Liquid Philippines. They're first of the board, by the way, 1-0 for Falcons. Can they hit match point?
Yep, they're one win away from getting just that. And with that Esmeralda pickup, we're really looking at how Team Liquid Philippines will manage all this, but it seems like it's by an aggressive rotation early on from Sanji on the far side, which, by the way, felt like a very confident pickup too. You know, you already saw the Selena, you already saw everything you're going up against in the lineup of Team Falcons, even the Joy, but he still decided to pick it up.
Yeah, you're talking about confidence. I mean, why would you not be so confident with your Selena? You're practically one of the first players to actually play it in a professional level, you know what I mean? So, and playing it still at a very high level, maybe around 7-8 years later, that's impressive.
And you were there.
Yes.
Rockhart was there in the height of Fuse Selena run. Won a championship off the back of it with Signal Ultra about, you're right, 7 years ago.
Almost 7 years ago, and he's still playing it today. And people are still scared of his Selena.
That's the goat father for you.
The goat father. Oh my goodness.
Look at that. 2 consecutive Abyssal Arrows connecting to the mid duo of Team Liquid Philippines. So that's the goat father and the Selena for you. And that's probably going to be a problem too, since JP, as much as he wants to like become a problem to Team Falcons, if they're guarding their junglers so well in the mid lane just by doing all these, or just by throwing out all these Abyssal Arrows, then they won't be able to get the job done.
This is an odd time to pick a Rome Hilda. It's great for dancing, though. Don't get me wrong. Here's a turtle. Early on, he catches an arrow.
Yeah, arrow straight to the face. Sanford can't even react here, but Sanji already able to pull off a beautiful feathered airstrike. That means putting Flapteasy quite low, but you know what? They're going to be all good and all fine because they seem to be, oh, not really. Carl Teasy, he actually went back.
JP, though, walking out, still here. And we fight.
Yeah, we're keeping fighting. We're just going non-stop here. Because Falcons, they know that without Carl Teasy still inside the base, this Retribution Turtle is theirs. Carl Teasy closes it and cleans it all out. But Ogwen might have been overstaying a little bit. Good answer with the Helda, though.
Oh, it's too much.
Wait.
The Abyssal Arrows, the Falling Star Moons, all that, while you're able to immediately eliminate Sanford. So there's no threat of a setup from Team Liquid Philippines because JP, he can only do so much. He just stands in front of everyone. He tries to get the information, but the setups are supposed to come in from Sanford.
So what's the game plan here? Again, I'd hate to say it so soon, but 3 minutes in, JP's Hilda is feeling like Sanford's Terizla.
Yeah.
And they're both for Liquid.
That's tough to hear. Oh, but look at that, though. Oh, my goodness. Out of nowhere. Even if you couldn't really react to that, just pure, unadulterated damage coming in from TL's duos.
Yeah, that can be an angle for Team Liquid Philippines. Just really trying to go for all these pickoffs every now and then, since Team Falcons, none of them actually have the Purify anyway. So if they're able to lock down a particular hero, which I feel like they failed to do as well in game number 1, given that the Terizla jumps in, gets to catch a couple of people, but they can immediately run away. So this can be some sort of change for Team Liquid Philippines heading into this game.
Team Liquid Philippines still not letting go of the fact that they might go for a turtle here. 30 seconds up and JP's clearing bushes, keeping tabs on what, multiple heroes? I guess this is a good use for the Hilda early on.
That's right. I mean, essentially the same usage with the Selena today. As much vision as you can, but JP obviously can also tank in the middle of a fight. Problem is, he's not really tanking for anybody. Kyle Teasy's, he's trying to catch up on the goal.
Oh my, but imagine this, you're JP, you're trying to scout so much information, but in turn it's Falcons who gets to constantly approach you and deny multiple green pamps away from Carl TZ. Fortunately, he's still able to make it to level 8, so let's see how this turtle fight goes.
Yeah, very happy to just stay up on front. TLPH are still very confident that they can take this. Ogwen is gonna have to be ready here with a good AOG because they have a very hard lineup to lock down here.
Yeah, hard reset here for the turtle. Purple buff seems to be the call for Kyle TZ first before anything goes. Flap TZ holding on to that turtle, and yeah, neither team wants to go for it first because I think Carl is going to go for his purple then.
That's a fair call because you also need to check the XP and the buffs as well.
Yeah, no, this is a slow turtle take. Turtle number 2.
Yep. Sanford's doing his best to try and block off you, but that doesn't change the fact that Flap TZ's been holding this turtle for a while and he's been absorbing the shields that JP produces every now and then. But that bought enough time though for Team Liquid Philippines to get into position.
Look at that. Look, Flap TZ's been in this turtle so long. He's starting to develop a relationship with it. And now, in the meantime, though, nowhere to be found is the Retribution. Kyle TZ decided to just go for the turret on bar.
Very proactive.
Yep.
They're like saying, hey, we're not going to dance anymore. We'll just get something that we for sure can get. Oh, my lord! Flap TZ!
Ooh.
And they already used the Feather Airstrike. This might be an opening for Falcons if they can make an arrow, any Abyssal arrow hit. But again, they are just making sure that they don't die in the first place.
Yep. Team Liquid Philippines did a great job at avoiding the AOG coming in from Ogwen because they could have potentially started out a fight in that moment, but none of them, or they weren't really complete, so it's probably just really being careful for now for Team Liquid Philippines, especially considering that the gold lead isn't that big just yet. Super Marco is doing a great job here against 2 in top lane.
There's not much pressure. Again, if Carl TZ can't find you, Marco can just start hitting you. Conceal!
And now they are doing the pressure this time around. It's TLPH with a 4-man squad pushing the Falcons back just so that OHEB can get that turret. Very beautiful maneuver for TL.
Okay, so it's either Carl TZ gets you or the other 4 members get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Carl TZ, by the way, is maybe 1 or 2 kills away from actually getting that milestone because he already got 1 earlier, but hold on.
AOG!
AOG, they catch here. It's Sanji. Wings by Wings keeps him alive, but Carl TZ, there you go, with a shadow kill, barely takes out Flap TZ.
They don't want to give it to him. That was so close for Carl TZ, but they split up the damage of the Uki Shadow kill really well. And 20 seconds before the turtle, Team Falcon seems to look like they want to take a pickoff before that happens.
Hey, they're chasing. Kyle TZ says, you know what, I'm a joy. I'll just keep going. I'll electrify you. But Sanford is tanky enough to take a...
Oh!
What the heck? All right, he's alive.
Slows down the recoil. The predator becomes the prey. In case the gold lead is still giving you doubts, Falcons are in control.
That already feels like a pickoff, more or less.
That's right. Carl TZ going to be taking out that turtle with a Retribution. But Ogwen is also going to be next on the docket. Shadow kill keeps him alive. And the Shadows, actually, he might be able to do it against Flap. His fellow TZ brother. Gonna be able to make it out though.
Carl TZ wants to hit that milestone in this game.
How poetic would it have been if it was Flap that he was able to take out, right? His TZ brother, as you mentioned. But they just retreat for now, and it feels like Team Liquid Philippines are able to regain control of the game so far.
And the game is in Liquid's hands? Is that right? The gold lead just suddenly ballooned because of engagement. Flap TZ gets popped!
Oh. And there you go, AOG at the back, but there's just no backup whatsoever. Ogwen, I think, will fall without much of an answer here coming in from Falcon. Super Marco hitting his marks, but the hits are just not as solid as they thought they would be. Look at that, though, Carl TZ from the back. Gonna be able to get something. It's a 2 for 2 in the end.
What was Carl doing that deep? He killed Ogwen, but I don't think that's worth it. Not for 40, not for Sanji.
Yeah, and on the other hand, Kyle TZ did a great job at trying to look for that pickoff against Sanji, and they successfully did, so they prevented any further aggression from Team Liquid Philippines. So we're seeing the contrast so far by now between what's happening in this game, but Team Liquid Philippines, they need to consider this carefully because they're already in control.
And here's the thing, Kyle got away with it. So now you're questioning, what is this economy? How is Liquid continuing to grow this 2,000 gold lead, approaching 3, and still lose these smaller fights?
I guess they're trying to get leverage over the fact that FlapTZ can't really dive onto them too much. Because once he dives, that's a one-way trip.
That's an aggressive wings by wings coming in from Sanji, however.
That's what we're talking about, though. But this time, it's going to be a sandwich play coming in from Falcons. They're trapping the cavalry in between a rock and a hard place, and they're in a hard place. They're going hard in this time around. TLPH are on the run. They're helping the Lord as well. The Lord with the assist to man the 5th man for the day. And that's going to be 4 cavalry members wiped from the map.
And just 40 left. Sent home by the Falcons. They corralled the cavalry. Nowhere for these stallions to run.
That felt like a huge miscalculation. The moment they burned their major resources of actually getting away, the quad shadow, the wings by wings, we mentioned it. And that was when Team Falcons knew that they got them surrounded and that they could engage in that fight. And what better timing if not right before the Lord objective?
It's as if Falcons planned for it, which I think they did. Lord spawns down bottom lane. CarlTZ, I think he is at the milestone or is about to reach it. One more kill. It's just not the right position. You can't celebrate it, not like this.
Not like this. You're getting pushed into your base. You're getting a lot of waves coming into your all 3 lanes.
You're staring down match point if ever this goes Falcons away.
And just earlier, it was Team Liquid Philippines who were already trying to approach Team Falcons in their base, but could it be another scenario of impatience coming into play for the cavalry? They already had it, they nearly had it, but now it might get away from them again.
There you go, they're jumping in. Falcons feeling a lot more confident. They're probably just waiting for another Abyssal Arrow to hit from Few here, but not really being given here by TLPH, so at the very least, they don't lose any base turrets.
Yeah.
That's still a break.
Defense does pop down bottom, although there is about 20 seconds left on it. CarlTZ spots Flap. Oh, he knows better than to commit that shadow kill. I think Falcons are now just, again, hate to say it, playing with their food.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for Liquid to fall for another trap.
Because no one at this point could probably answer back to FlapTZ and what he can do. He can just dance in front of Team Liquid Philippines, not unless they go for a successful engage.
That's a supposedly 4-man AOG, but they're going to be able to walk it out as usual. And there you go. They try to get trapped here by the fist crack, and it's not going to work. Almost, though. Almost pinning him down against the wall, but so far it's only going to be 1 man down for Falcons. It's Ogwen.
All right, it seems like Liquid have learned their lesson. No longer are they aggressive for the sake of aggression.
Yep.
They know that, all right, this is a win, small win, we're trading, we let it go.
Get that dub.
Yep. Taking these step by step by now, but CarlTZ has to secure his purple buff. Oh! I thought Super Marco got the last hit with Rhapsody, but fortunately he did not. So now Team Liquid Philippines, they need to stay composed. Taking things step by step, it's been working out for them so far, especially if they're able to punish a member from Team Falcon, similar to what happened with Ogwen earlier. But you could probably say that Ogwen could have avoided that too.
Oh yeah, no, they overcommitted. This is Falcons now, maybe looking to end the game wherein they should have just waited for the Lord. It was under tier 2 up top.
Yeah.
And again, just a little bit of gold actually is starving out TLPH. Those waves are very hard to manage if you are TL, because you are going to have to commit so much to just control a wave.
Yeah, luckily they have good wave clear. I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10 in wave clear, you know? They have the Farsa, they have the Harith, they can send CarlTZ over and then Shadow out. But this Lord Dance, I don't know if this is a good Lord Dance for Liquid to commit to.
CarlTZ picked up the Malefic
Oh, God.
Roar. Oh no, CarlTZ!
Oh, CarlTZ is going to absorb so much here. What a beautiful entrance, but no follow-up happening so far. FlapTZ is going to fall. JP following suit as well. It's a pretty good trade, but at the end of the day, it's TLPH running out of steam. Their big nuke mage is out of the picture, and this might be the Lord for Falcons.
Team Falcons' range is just superior. The damage they rain down from God knows where is just tilting Liquid.
CarlTZ just took advantage of JP's position to reach the members of Team Liquid Philippines, which they least wanted to get poked down before that objective. That was an Ogi shadow kill that was forced out of Carl Teasy. He just had to use it to survive.
I think that is what makes it so difficult for Liquid. There's no middle ground. It's either we take you down from 2 miles away or you die under the paint. You die here in the trenches. And now Liquid's still fighting back.
Yeah, they're fighting. They're trying to catch Ogwin behind the fist break, but it's a no-go. Ogwin's a little bit more durable now. And Flapteasy's also helping him by diving into the big center mass of TL.
And here's what's difficult. Liquid has no purifies. I wonder if Falcon is keeping tabs on that. For at least 20 more seconds, Falcons can just run through them.
Right now, JB has to be careful for wherever he decides to position himself, and all the more for the damage dealers of Team Liquid Philippines. They might want to play around with the angles, especially as even the Abyssal Arrows, somehow they find their way towards Sanji, and it's very unfortunate that it does, but it's a really great job so far for Team Falcons, and there's the conceal!
And they're keeping eyes on the Baby Cakes duo. He's one's on the left and one's on the right. You definitely keeping track of where Sanford is by hitting him with the Abyssal Arrow as well. But look at that. They're basically giving so much space for that Lord, and Ogwin just absorbing so much from that center mass. It's going to be Kyle Teasy with the Lord though, and there's going to be the chase. Falcons, will they go for more? Looks like they are going to be able to get JP down. Immortality is going to be popped. Does he have the shadow kill? He does not. JP falling. Oh, Hebdo! Look at this guy! Look at this beast! He is not giving up, but few will shut him down!
And that's a wipeout! Falcons are here! And it looks like, can they? Will they?
Sanford's gonna come back in 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
But he's up against Kyle Teasy and a bunch of minion waves marching down mid.
Not just any minion waves, it's a Lord minion wave on top as well. 9 seconds on the JP. Do they have the clear to deal with this?
It's all on 40. The Apex Predator has to commit to a defensive lifetime. Here comes Daddy JP.
Here we go, it's a 2v1. Ogwin is pretty far up, but the Lord already has its sights onto the base. And here comes Ogwin at the very last moment. And Oheb will not be enough to stop him. We are at match point.
How in all of Season 15 did Falcons just now figure out how